March 7th through April 6th is when massive change is going to happen. And the first thing that's going to happen is Saturn is going to move into Pisces. And it's been in Aquarius since 2020. And so it's a big shift. And Saturn has been in its own sign. So it was in Capricorn and then it was in Aquarius. So I want to say almost 5 years that Saturn's been very Saturnian. And now Saturn's going to be a little Jupiterian, but with Neptune in the mix, right? And so what happened this past year was we had Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces for an extended period. As a matter of fact, as we're recording this, Jupiter is in the very last stages of Pisces, and it's been very nebulous, right? So wherever you have Pisces, it's in your chart. It's been a little bit foggy, and I'm going to pull up something that I'm not going to share on my screen just so that I can look at the exact dates for you. So Neptune has been in Pisces since April of 2011. Okay. And Neptune diffuses wherever it's at. It confuses, it makes it foggy, it makes it much more nebulous, tenuous, all of those things. And so Saturn's going to come in there and going to bring structure to that area of your chart, no matter where it is, in a very Saturnian way. So if you like Saturn, it's what a lot of people want to call adulting. And that's what's going to happen in that area of your life over the next several years. And Saturn will be in Pisces from March 7th of March 7th of 2023 until February 13th of 2026. Now, I just want you to think about that period, 2023 to 2026, because in 2026, something very interesting is going to happen, which is Saturn and Neptune are going to move out of Pisces and into Aries. So Saturn and Neptune are going to move out of Pisces and into Aries. So Saturn and Neptune are going to be co-present together in a single sign for about 6 years, about 6 years. And that's very unusual. And it's going to be a desire to dream big, a desire to do things like that are very spiritual, very artistic, very, very hard to define, right? Because Neptune wants to destroy boundaries and Saturn wants to build them. And so there's going to be that kind of tension in those two areas of your life. And Pisces first and then Aries. And I personally am very excited about it because I'm tired of the nebulousness of Pisces. I am tired of it. I want there to be structure in that area of my life. And I kind of think it'll be delightful for Aries, for Saturn going through Aries, to be there with Neptune, because it'll take kind of the edge off. And
But that's not until 2026, right?
That's true. But the reason that it matters is because you're going to have but Saturn going into Pisces is going to be a completely different experience for people who have been dealing with the Pisces area of their chart just being kind of an acid trip, sort of. And so, but it's interesting because Saturn and Neptune together, they're just going to be moving together. And it's just going to be very hard for people to know what they want their boundaries to be and to enforce those boundaries, because it's going to be changing all the time. And so that's a 6-year transit, and it's just going to change signs and houses. And I'm excited, and I'm also a little nervous. And when I say it's going to be a massive shift,
sounds hilarious. Of like Saturn, the master of boundaries, and Neptune, the opposite of boundaries, like in constant communication for the next 6 years.
Yeah, I mean, yes. I have March 7th to April 6th over on its own little row because there's so many flipping huge changes that it's going to feel like being on a roller coaster a little bit, because Saturn's going to go into Pisces on March 7th. On March 23rd, Pluto is going to go into Aquarius, and Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008. Okay. It's a long time. It's 15 years, right? And this is going to be a little preview of what Pluto and Aquarius is going to be like. So Pluto is going to be in Aquarius from March 23rd to June 11th, and that's a preview. but the main event is going to be November 2024 to January of 44. It's a 20-year period.
There's something that sounds scary to me about Pluto in Aquarius, because aren't they both pretty disruptive things?
I'm a little disruptive.
A little disruptive.
Yeah. So think about Saturn in Aquarius, whatever that's been like for you. It's going to be like, that was kind of the appetizer for Pluto in Aquarius. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to, it's a little bit out of the frying pan into the fire, because Saturn's going to leave Aquarius to go into Pisces. And so like all the Aquarius placements are going to have a really great couple of weeks in March where there's nothing messing with them. And that's going to feel fantastic for them for about 2 weeks. And then it's going to go away because Pluto's going to enter. And he's going to be there from March until June. And then they're going to have June until January of next year off, where they get that nice little breather space. So all of you Aquarius risings, Aquarius suns, Aquarius midheavens, any kind of series, like any kind of Aquarius placements, I know it's been challenging, and you're going to get a little breather, and then so that you can kind of adjust to all the lessons that you've had over the last 3 years. And then when Pluto starts interacting with Aquarius more significantly, it's going to create, I mean, the key word for Pluto is transformation, right? And it's going to create transformation in that area of your house in a very deep, profound type of way.
For March 6th through March 7th through April 6th, you have it in green, but you also have it as massive change. Is this still an okay promotion period, or is it something where things are going to be really uneasy and people?
No, it's very much going to depend on it's going to very much depend on your chart. Some people are going to love the changes. Some people are not going to love the changes. Just like some people love roller coasters and some people don't. And so I put massive change there because I don't want you to think that it's part of that boring part. It's not going to be boring. It's going to be very interesting. There's going to be a lot of chaos and change, but not scary. Not even, I mean, like not even, I have no subjective opinion about the type of change because it's completely neutral. It's just going to be very different. And the other thing that's adding to that is March 25th, Mars is going to leave Gemini. I have go into, but it's going to leave Gemini. And it's been there since August. So it's been there for like 7 months. And so that's going to be another giant energetic change for people. And so it's not good or bad. And you're totally fine to do launches and to start new things. I mean, it's a lot of people are going to start a lot of new things because there's going to be so many energy shifts, right? But I do have my clear sailing section and then my massive change section, because it's not going to be gentle. You're not going to miss it. You're not going to be like, March was so boring in 2023. That's not going to happen.